Hi. Today I'm going to tell you 100 sleepy facts about poisonous plants, perfect if you want to relax a bit and learn something interesting about these dangerous and mysterious plants. Enjoy listening. 1. Some plants produce toxins to defend themselves. Plants can't run from predators, so they produce chemicals that deter animals and insects. These toxins can affect the nervous system, digestive system, or skin. By doing this, plants reduce the risk of being eaten or damaged. 2. Belladonna, or deadly nightshade, is extremely toxic. Belladonna contains atropine, scopolamine, and hyoscyamine. Even a few berries can be lethal to humans. Historically, it was used as a poison and in small doses for medicine and cosmetics. Its name, belladonna, means beautiful lady in Italian, referencing its use in eye drops to dilate pupils. 3. Poison hemlock killed Socrates. This plant contains coniine, a neurotoxin that paralyzes the respiratory system. Socrates ingested it as a method of execution in ancient Greece. Today, poison hemlock is still highly toxic and should never be touched or ingested. 4. Oleander is commonly planted but deadly. All parts of the oleander plant contain cardiac glycosides. Ingesting even a small amount can cause heart problems, nausea, or death. Despite its beauty, it should never be used in teas or home remedies. 5. Water hemlock is one of the most poisonous plants in North America. Its roots contain CICU toxin, which attacks the central nervous system. Even small amounts can cause seizures and death. It's often mistaken for edible plants, making it especially dangerous. 6. Foxglove is a source of the heart medicine digitalis. While useful in medicine, foxglove itself is highly toxic if ingested directly. It contains cardiac glycosides that can disrupt heart rhythms. Proper extraction and dosage are critical in medical use. 7. Castor beans produce ricin, a deadly poison. Ricin is extremely toxic, and even a few seeds can be fatal if chewed. Castor oil, however, is safe because the toxin is removed during processing. The plant is still grown for ornamental purposes, but caution is necessary. 8. Giant hogweed can cause severe burns. Its sap contains chemicals called furanocoumarins that react with sunlight. Contact can lead to painful blisters, scars, and even temporary blindness. Protective clothing is essential when handling this plant. 9. Monkshood contains aconitine, a potent neurotoxin. It affects the nervous system and can cause cardiac arrest if ingested. Historically, it was used on arrow tips for hunting and warfare. Despite its beauty in gardens, it should be handled with extreme care. 10. Jimsonweed can cause hallucinations. This plant contains tropane alkaloids, including scopolamine and hyoscyamine. Ingesting it can lead to confusion, hallucinations, and even death. It has a long history in traditional medicine and rituals but is extremely dangerous. 11. Deadly nightshade berries look attractive but are poisonous. The shiny black berries contain atropine and can be fatal if eaten. Children and animals are especially at risk due to their appealing appearance. Always educate about the danger of consuming unknown berries. 12. Poison ivy causes severe skin reactions. Urushiol, an oil found in poison ivy, causes allergic dermatitis. Even a tiny amount on the skin can lead to itching, redness, and blistering. Contact can occur from touching the plant or objects that carry the oil. 13. Poison sumac is even more toxic than poison ivy. It contains a similar urushiol compound, but it's stronger and can produce larger rashes. It usually grows in wet, swampy areas. Avoiding contact is essential, as washing may not prevent reactions completely. 14. Hemlock water parsnip is a deadly aquatic plant. It resembles edible parsnip but contains CICU toxin. Contact or ingestion can cause seizures and death. It's particularly dangerous because it grows near water and can be mistaken for harmless plants. 15. Rosary pea seeds are extremely poisonous. They contain abrin, a toxin similar to ricin but more potent. Even a single chewed seed can be fatal. The seeds are used in jewelry, but extreme caution is necessary to prevent accidental ingestion. 16. Yew trees are highly toxic. The leaves, seeds, and bark contain toxin alkaloids. Ingesting them can cause cardiac arrest. Despite their toxicity, parts of the yew tree are used in cancer treatment after proper chemical extraction. 17. Autumn crocus contains colchicine, a deadly alkaloid. Ingesting it can lead to multi-organ failure and death. It resembles edible plants like wild garlic, which increases the risk of accidental poisoning. Handling and planting require caution. 18. White snakeroot caused milk sickness in the 19th century. Cows grazing on this plant passed its toxin, trematol, into their milk. Humans drinking the milk became very ill, sometimes fatally. This highlights how plant toxins can indirectly affect humans through the food chain. 19. Foxglove can be fatal in its natural state. All parts of the plant are toxic, not just the flowers. Symptoms of poisoning include nausea, vomiting, and irregular heartbeats. Historically, it was both a medicine and a deadly poison, depending on the dose. 20. Rhododendrons and azaleas contain granotoxins. Ingesting the leaves or nectar can lead to mad honey poisoning if bees collect nectar from these plants. Symptoms include nausea, dizziness, and heart irregularities. These plants are beautiful but should never be eaten. 21. Dumb cane, Dieffenbachia, is common in households but toxic. Its sap contains calcium oxalate crystals that can cause burning and swelling in the mouth and throat. Even touching the leaves may cause skin irritation. Ingesting it can make speaking or swallowing difficult, hence the name dumb cane. 22. Angel's trumpet is highly poisonous. It contains tropane alkaloids like scopolamine and atropine. Ingesting any part of the plant can cause hallucinations, paralysis, and even death. Despite its beauty, it should never be ingested or used in home remedies. 23. Water hemlock is sometimes confused with edible plants. It resembles wild carrots and parsnips, which makes accidental ingestion particularly dangerous. Its roots contain CICU toxin, causing seizures and death. Awareness and proper identification are critical to avoid poisoning. 24. Nightshades include many toxic plants. Plants like black nightshade, belladonna, and certain tomatoes contain alkaloids. These compounds can affect the nervous system, causing nausea, hallucinations, or death. Some nightshades are edible, but misidentification is a serious risk. 25. Poison oak can produce similar reactions as poison ivy. It contains urushiol oil, causing red, itchy rashes. Contact can occur by touching the plant or indirectly through pets or clothing. Washing immediately after exposure reduces the severity of the reaction. 26. Castor bean plants contain some of the most dangerous seeds. Ricin, found in the seeds, can be fatal even in tiny doses if chewed. However, castor oil is safe due to processing that removes the toxin. The plant is widely grown for ornament and industrial purposes but requires caution. 27. Aconite flowers are deadly if ingested. Also called monkshood or wolfsbane, it contains aconitine. Symptoms of poisoning include numbness, heart irregularities, and sometimes death. Historically, it was used on arrows for hunting and combat. 28. Daphne shrubs are toxic to humans and animals. All parts of the plant contain daphne toxin and mesrane. Ingestion can lead to burning sensations, nausea, and kidney problems. Despite being cultivated for ornamental purposes, it requires careful handling. 29. English yew is toxic but has medicinal uses. Taxine alkaloids in leaves, seeds, and bark are lethal if ingested. Extracted compounds, however, are used in cancer treatments like paclitaxel. The plant is a prime example of how toxic substances can be valuable in medicine. 30. Foxglove contains cardiac glycosides affecting the heart. Even small amounts ingested accidentally can cause heart arrhythmias. Symptoms include nausea, vomiting, and visual disturbances. It highlights the fine line between medicine and poison in natural compounds. 31. White snakeroot caused historical epidemics. Humans consumed milk from cows that had eaten the plant. Trematol, the toxin, caused milk sickness, leading to deaths in the 19th century U.S. Midwest. This shows how plant toxins can indirectly enter the human food chain. 32. Poison sumac grows in wetlands and is highly potent. It produces urushiol oil that causes severe dermatitis. Contact can occur by touching the plant, contaminated water, or even smoke from burning the plant. Protective clothing is essential for people working near wetlands. 33. Laburnum trees are beautiful but dangerous. All parts of the plant, including seeds, contain cytisine, which is toxic. Symptoms of poisoning include nausea, vomiting, convulsions, and sometimes death. Despite its ornamental use, caution is critical around children and pets. 34. Oleander is dangerous despite widespread planting. Every part contains cardiac glycosides, making ingestion risky. Even small doses can disrupt the heart rhythm and be fatal. It's important to prevent accidental ingestion by children and animals. 35. autumn crocus is mistaken for edible plants. It contains colchicine, which causes organ failure in humans if ingested. Its similarity to wild garlic and other edible plants increases accidental poisoning risk. Education and careful identification are essential. 36. Rosary peas have seeds with abrin, a potent toxin. The seeds are small but extremely toxic if chewed or broken. They are often used in jewelry, which can be dangerous if broken and handled improperly. Abrin works similarly to ricin but is even more potent in tiny doses. 37. Hemlock plants resemble harmless herbs. Poison hemlock looks like parsley or wild carrots, making it dangerous if misidentified. Its alkaloids can cause respiratory failure. Education about plant identification is key to avoiding fatal mistakes. 38. Giant hogweed can burn skin in sunlight. Its sap contains furanocoumarins that react with UV rays, causing severe burns. Contact can lead to blistering, scars, and sometimes temporary blindness. Protective clothing and caution are essential. 39. Angel's trumpet flowers release toxins even when touched. The plant contains scopolamine and atropine, which can be absorbed through the skin. Handling with gloves reduces risk. Ingesting the plant can be fatal, so ornamental use should involve care. 40. Belladonna berries attract children but are deadly. Shiny, black berries contain atropine, hyoscyamine, and scopolamine. Eating just a few can be fatal. Educating families and keeping children away from these plants is crucial. 41. Deadly nightshade is often mistaken for edible berries. Its shiny black berries can look appealing, especially to children. However, they contain potent alkaloids that can cause hallucinations, respiratory failure, and death. Even a small amount can be fatal, highlighting the danger of foraging unknown berries. 42. Monkshood is toxic even if touched. Aconitine in the plant can be absorbed through the skin, causing numbness, tingling, and potentially fatal heart issues. Gardeners should always wear gloves when handling it. Despite its beautiful purple flowers, it is highly dangerous. 43. Jimsonweed can induce severe delirium. Its seeds and leaves contain tropane alkaloids like scopolamine. Ingesting them can cause hallucinations, confusion, rapid heartbeat, and even death. It has a history of use in traditional medicine and witchcraft, but misuse is extremely risky. 44. Rosary pea seeds can poison livestock and humans. Abrin is toxic even in very small doses. Chewing or crushing a seed releases the poison. Jewelry or decorative use of the seeds is common, but any broken seed poses a serious hazard. 45. Foxglove can be deadly if misused. All parts contain digitalis-like compounds affecting heart rhythm. Accidental ingestion causes nausea, vomiting, dizziness, and potentially fatal arrhythmias. Yet, in controlled doses, it is used to treat heart conditions. 46. Water hemlock is among the most poisonous plants in North America. Its roots contain CICU toxin, which affects the nervous system. Symptoms include seizures and death within hours. Misidentification with edible plants is a common cause of accidental poisoning. 47. Poison ivy can cause lifelong sensitivity. Urushiol oil triggers allergic reactions in most people. Repeated exposure can make reactions worse over time. Even indirect contact, like touching contaminated clothes or pets, can cause severe rashes. 48. Poison oak grows in clusters and contains urushiol. It is similar to poison ivy but found mostly in North America. Contact can cause painful, blistering rashes. Early washing with soap and water reduces severity. 49. Poison sumac grows in swampy areas. It is more potent than poison ivy or oak. Its urushiol can cause extensive dermatitis. Avoiding wetland areas where it grows is the safest precaution. 50. Angel's trumpet is toxic even as a garden ornamental. Scopolamine and atropine in the leaves and flowers can cause hallucinations and paralysis. Handling should always be done with gloves. Accidental ingestion can be fatal. 51. Dumb cane is common in homes but dangerous. Calcium oxalate crystals in the leaves and stems cause burning and swelling in the mouth and throat. Ingesting even a small piece can make speaking or swallowing difficult. Keep out of reach of children and pets. 52. Daphne shrubs are toxic throughout the plant. Ingesting leaves, flowers, or berries causes nausea, vomiting, and kidney damage. Skin contact can also cause irritation. Despite being cultivated for ornamental use, caution is critical. 53. Oleander has been used historically as a poison. Its cardiac glycosides affect heart rhythm. Accidental ingestion can be fatal. Yet, parts of the plant have been used medicinally under strict supervision. 54. Autumn crocus contains deadly colchicine. It can be mistaken for edible plants like wild garlic. Ingestion can cause multi-organ failure and death. Handling requires caution, especially in areas where wild edible plants are foraged. 55. White snakeroot caused milk sickness. Cows that consumed the plant passed the toxin trematol into their milk. Humans drinking this milk became seriously ill, sometimes fatally. This historical case highlights the indirect dangers of plant toxins. 56. Giant hogweed causes severe burns. Furanocoumarins in its sap react with sunlight, causing blistering and scars. Eyes can be damaged if sap splashes into them. Protective clothing is essential when near the plant. 57. Yew trees are highly toxic to humans and animals. Taxine alkaloids in leaves, seeds, and bark can cause sudden cardiac arrest. Despite their toxicity, extracts from the plant are used to make cancer drugs like paclitaxel. Awareness is crucial around gardens and parks. 58. Hemlock water parsnip resembles edible parsnips. Its toxic roots contain CICU toxin. Misidentification leads to severe poisoning. Careful education and proper plant identification are essential for foragers. 59. Angel's trumpet can absorb toxins through the skin. Handling the plant without gloves may result in mild poisoning. Ingesting leaves or flowers can lead to hallucinations or death. Gardeners should always exercise extreme caution. 60. Belladonna berries can be fatal even in small amounts. Atropine, hyoscyamine, and scopolamine make them deadly. Children are particularly at risk due to their shiny appearance. Educating families about these berries is critical for safety. 61. Castor bean plant seeds contain ricin, a deadly toxin. Even a single chewed seed can be fatal. The plant is grown for ornamental purposes, but extreme caution is necessary. Processing removes the toxin to make castor oil safe for medicinal and industrial uses. 62. Monkshood contains aconitine, which affects the nervous system. Symptoms of poisoning include numbness, tingling, irregular heartbeat, and potentially death. Handling requires gloves, and ingestion must be strictly avoided. It was historically used on arrows and in traditional medicine. 63. Jimsonweed seeds are hallucinogenic and toxic. They contain tropane alkaloids like scopolamine and hyoscyamine. Ingesting them can cause confusion, hallucinations, rapid heartbeat, and severe poisoning. Its historical use in rituals made it famous, but modern use is extremely dangerous. 64. Dumb cane can cause severe oral irritation. Calcium oxalate crystals in the leaves can lead to swelling and pain in the mouth and throat. Ingestion may cause difficulty speaking and swallowing. Even touching the plant can cause mild skin irritation. 65. Angel's trumpet is toxic through ingestion and skin contact. The plant contains scopolamine and atropine. Touching it may cause mild poisoning, while ingestion can result in hallucinations or death. Its ornamental beauty masks the serious risk. 66. Rosary pea seeds contain abrin, one of the deadliest plant toxins. Chewing a single seed can release the poison. Used in jewelry and decorations, broken seeds pose a serious hazard. The toxin is similar to ricin but more potent in tiny doses. 67. Foxglove contains cardiac glycosides that affect the heart. Accidental ingestion can cause nausea, vomiting, dizziness, and heart arrhythmias. It has medicinal use in controlled doses but is deadly in its natural form. Awareness is important in gardens and wild areas. 68. White snakeroot is indirectly toxic to humans. Cows eating the plant pass trematol into their milk, causing milk sickness in humans. Symptoms include vomiting, weakness, and sometimes death. This historical case highlights the indirect dangers of poisonous plants. 69. Poison ivy causes allergic reactions through urushiol oil. Even small contact can result in red, itchy, blistering rashes. Indirect contact via clothing or pets is common. Early washing reduces severity, but repeated exposure can worsen sensitivity. 70. Poison oak produces similar effects as poison ivy. It contains urushiol and grows mainly in North America. Skin contact triggers painful rashes and blisters. Awareness of its leaf patterns helps prevent accidental exposure. 71. Poison sumac is more potent than ivy or oak. Its urushiol can cause severe dermatitis over large areas of skin. It grows in swampy regions, often unnoticed. Avoiding wetlands or wearing protective clothing is essential. 72. Giant hogweed can cause photosensitivity burns. Its sap reacts with sunlight, leading to blistering and scars. Eyes are particularly vulnerable if exposed. Handling requires full protective clothing and care. 73. Autumn crocus contains colchicine, a deadly alkaloid. It can be mistaken for edible wild plants. Ingestion may lead to multi-organ failure. Awareness and proper identification are vital in areas where it grows. 74. Yew trees contain toxin alkaloids, toxic to humans and animals. Ingesting leaves, seeds, or bark can lead to sudden cardiac arrest. Extracted compounds are used in cancer drugs. The plant is often found in parks and gardens, requiring caution. 75. Daphne shrubs are poisonous throughout the plant. Leaves, flowers, and berries contain daphne toxin and mesrane. Ingestion causes nausea, vomiting, and kidney problems. Skin contact can also lead to irritation, making handling hazardous. 76. Oleander contains cardiac glycosides in all parts. Accidental ingestion can be fatal, causing heart irregularities. Its historical medicinal use highlights the thin line between medicine and poison. Children and pets are particularly at risk. 77. Water hemlock roots contain CICU toxin, affecting the nervous system. Accidental ingestion can cause seizures and death. It resembles edible plants like carrots, making misidentification dangerous. Education about its appearance is critical. 78. Belladonna berries contain atropine and scopolamine. Even a few berries can cause hallucinations, respiratory failure, or death. Children are especially at risk due to the berry's shiny appearance. Awareness prevents accidental poisoning. 79. English yew leaves and seeds are highly toxic. Ingesting them can trigger fatal cardiac events. Despite its use in landscaping and medicine, extreme caution is necessary. Awareness is crucial for gardeners and pet owners. 80. Hemlock plants look like harmless herbs. Poison hemlock resembles parsley or wild carrots. Ingesting even a small amount can be fatal due to alkaloids that paralyze the nervous system. Proper plant identification prevents deadly accidents. 81. Water hemlock is one of the deadliest plants in North America. Its roots contain CICU toxin, which attacks the central nervous system. Even a small amount can cause seizures and death. It is often mistaken for edible plants, making it extremely dangerous for foragers. 82. Poison hemlock can be fatal even in tiny doses. The alkaloids it contains paralyze the respiratory system. Historically, it was used for executions, including the death of Socrates. Today, awareness and proper identification are critical to prevent accidental poisoning. 83. Angel's trumpet can cause hallucinations and paralysis. Scopolamine and atropine in the plant can be absorbed through the skin. Ingesting leaves or flowers can be fatal. Handling requires gloves, and ingestion should always be avoided. 84. rosary pea seeds are extremely toxic if chewed. They contain abrin, which is similar to ricin but even more potent. Jewelry or decorative uses are safe only if the seeds remain intact. Broken seeds or ingestion can be deadly. 85. Foxglove can disrupt heart rhythms and be fatal. All parts of the plant contain cardiac glycosides. Accidental ingestion can cause nausea, vomiting, dizziness, and cardiac arrest. It is a classic example of a plant that is both medicine and poison. 86. Dumb cane contains calcium oxalate crystals. Ingesting even a small piece causes swelling and burning in the mouth and throat. Skin contact may cause mild irritation. It is commonly found as a houseplant, so awareness is important. 87. Belladonna berries attract children but are lethal. The shiny black berries contain atropine, scopolamine, and hyoscyamine. Ingesting just a few can cause hallucinations, respiratory failure, or death. Educating families about the danger is crucial. 88. Giant hogweed sap reacts with sunlight. Furanocoumarins in the sap cause severe burns and blistering. Eyes are particularly vulnerable if exposed. Protective clothing is essential when working near or removing the plant. 89. Autumn crocus contains colchicine, which can cause organ failure. It resembles edible wild plants like garlic or onions. Ingesting it can lead to nausea, vomiting, and multi-organ failure. Accurate identification prevents accidental poisoning. 90. Daphne shrubs contain toxins in all parts. Leaves, flowers, and berries have daphne toxin and mesrane. Ingesting them can cause nausea, vomiting, kidney problems, and skin irritation. Handling requires care. 91. Trees contain taxine alkaloids, which are highly toxic. Leaves, seeds, and bark can cause fatal cardiac arrest if ingested. Extracted compounds are used in chemotherapy drugs. Awareness is important for gardeners and pet owners. 92. Poison ivy contains urushiol oil, causing allergic reactions. Even tiny contact with skin can trigger redness, itching, and blisters. Indirect contact through pets or clothing is common. Early washing reduces severity but repeated exposure worsens sensitivity. 93. Poison oak contains urushiol, causing rashes similar to poison ivy. It grows mainly in North America and produces blistering, itchy reactions. Protective clothing and awareness prevent accidental contact. Early treatment reduces discomfort. 94. Poison sumac is more potent than poison ivy or oak. It grows in swampy areas and can cause extensive dermatitis. Its urushiol oil produces severe rashes even with brief exposure. Avoiding contact with wetland plants is crucial. 95. Water hemlock roots resemble edible parsnips. Its CICU toxin content makes them deadly if ingested. Misidentification is a common cause of accidental poisoning. Foragers must be able to distinguish toxic from edible plants. 96. Angel's trumpet can be toxic even if touched. Tropane alkaloids like scopolamine can be absorbed through the skin. Ingesting leaves or flowers can cause hallucinations, paralysis, or death. Protective gloves are recommended. 97. Rosary pea seeds are dangerous if broken or chewed. They contain abrin, a potent toxin. Jewelry or ornamental use is safe only if seeds are intact. Education is important to prevent accidental ingestion, especially by children. 98. Foxglove can be fatal in its natural form. Cardiac glycosides in all parts of the plant disrupt heart rhythm. Accidental ingestion can cause nausea, vomiting, dizziness, and cardiac arrest. Proper knowledge prevents accidental poisoning. 99. Dumb cane can cause temporary inability to speak or swallow. Calcium oxalate crystals irritate the mouth and throat severely. Even small ingestion may lead to swelling and pain. Handling precautions are important for houseplant owners. 100. Belladonna remains one of the most dangerous ornamental plants. All parts contain atropine, scopolamine, and hyoscyamine. Ingesting berries or leaves can be fatal. Education and caution are essential for families and gardeners.